shop. This is day 3 of the install, day 4 overall if you count taking the transmission out on the first day. Second day we got the pedals in and the hydraulic cylinder for the clutch in. Yesterday we got the bell housing, clutch, all the precision measurements done, and today we're hoping to shove this transmission in and maybe get a drive shaft measurement today. That's our goal. We'll see how far we get. So let's get started. Yeah, it kind of does that. All right, so one of the things that talked about yesterday was getting these measurements. We talked about it a little bit. I didn't get a lot of this on video yesterday, so I'm gonna back up and show you a little bit about what I did today. This is the Hydromax clutch kit with throwout bearing on it. Lube the inside with a little bit of brake fluid, that's what it said. This is the anti-spin fork they talk about. You can kind of zoom in on that a little bit right there. And that actually is held on with a set screw. We put a little Loctite on so it doesn't ever back out. So one of the things you had to measure, and we've already done this, so I'm just gonna tell you what we did. That is supposed to be lubed. All right, so that pushes all the way back like that. And we took straight edge and the caliper, and we measured from, and yes, this is easier with 2 people, but that's okay, this is just a demonstration. So that's 4.0, 4.08, something like that. This is what that is. And you take that measurement minus the measurement from the face of the bell housing to the fingers in the clutch. You subtract those 2 measurements, and you're looking for 150 thousandths or 0.150 play is what you're looking for. And you subtract that out, and you would divide that by the shim thickness, which is 0.057 in this case, and that would tell you how many shims you need. In our case, without any shims, just using the spin adapter here, any spin adapter, we came out to be within 0.12, 0.15. So we're right in the tolerance range, so we didn't need any shims. But this is the measurement we were taking yesterday. This is the bleed screw, and your main line hooks up right there. Let's see about putting it in.
All the paperwork done. Trying to get everything. Leave the bowl in the back. Right there.
All right, so this is where we got to the other day. The reason why the transmission is still not in the car is we had issues with the spacing. Well, hold on, let me figure out where to, let's go for a ride down on the camera. All right, so here's what we got to the other day. The spacing from the face of here to here, well, somehow this is not right. This is really all they gave us to work with. A lot of phone calls back and forth. They've been pretty good with us. They gave us a different anti-spin finger thickness here. This is 750 thousandths. We're gonna go to 300 thousandths. 350 thousandths, I think. And then shim it back out. Right now this is just too long.
This one show.
Yeah, let's see. So that's what we're putting on here. I'll put them both side by side here in a minute. It's all the way up underneath this thing, isn't it? You got the right.
Go ahead and slide you. Call it bearing out of the way.
Yeah. By the way, never pull it by this. It'll come apart. And they say it's a nightmare to put back together. So always pull it. Well, maybe. and maybe not. There we go. There we go. All right. Was it good news or bad news?
It's wrong size?
Yep.
Too small, too big?
Too small.
Okay.
May work on this one, but it's not gonna work on that one. So anyway, with the kit, they give you a bolt. On some transmissions, it'll screw in place of this, and you can use that for the anti-spin finger and then stack your washers. But this is a different thread. Doesn't work that way. You have to have a clamp-on style. That's it. And we didn't have the right parts, what it boiled down to. I don't know if ours was really that odd or what, but it's certainly what we got into. I need to wipe this with a little bit of brake, a little something to clean it up with, and I needed some Loctite to put on.
Get enough out of that one.
Okay. Yeah, something to wipe this down with. Yeah, I'm gonna Loctite this screw in place because it's not a screw you really, not something you want coming loose. If it comes loose, you're in for a bad day, I'm fairly certain. Well, I have no idea what would really happen because I've never put one of these in before. You and I on this first time together. But my gut is if it starts spinning, it's gonna rip hoses loose and it's just gonna be a bad day all the way around, which none of us really want to have happen. All right, a little bit of blue Loctite. Hey, Dad. I got a paper towel from you. And basically, I'm just gonna wipe. We're gonna re-grease all this in a minute. But I want to wipe it off before I put this over. And kind of what we saw with our first attempts at installing this, it seems to really like that. All right, Dad, you had your hand up in there the most. What do you think about right there?
Wherever it came from.
Okay, like somewhere right in there.
Raise it up just a hair.
You get this stuck in it. Where you want it?
About even with that bolt sticking out. Look, this bolt right here.
Is that even?
That's close enough. I can make it work there.
Okay. Well, James, kind of screwed up. Of course I did. So based on the math, what we think it will be, we're going to verify this in a minute. We need one shim. You put that on first, then this, and maybe I'll stop screwing up. No guarantees though. That is. I'm really not happy with that. Whatever it is, it is. For their instructions, what you do is you put transmission fluid, not transmission fluid, but brake fluid on the shaft of this, and on the inside of the.
It's gonna clean that real good with some brake clean, get all slime off before you did that.
It's wiped up really nice.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it wiped up really, really nice. I wiped it. That's why I used that paper towel for a minute ago.
Okay.
It's clean.
Okay.
Cleaner than you would think it would be. So the idea is you got to have enough gap between the. You ready for that? I need to put it on here, put a measurement for you. I'm gonna measure it again. have enough gap between the throwout bearing and the clutch fingers so that get your rag out of the way, James. That you have enough space that the face of the bearing is not into the fingers, not riding on the clutch all the time. All right, so let's try to take this measurement right quick, and then we'll flip it around, take the other measurement. If we're happy, we'll take it all back apart and then put it together in the car. I'll move you over here. Maybe y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, got a good feel there, sir. I'm just gonna run this out here like this. I'm gonna say that's it. I'm gonna say that's 37.6, so we'll call that 38. We'll call that. Yeah, we're gonna call that 38. All right, so that's 38. Let's go measure the other half of that up inside the bell housing. Oh man, I almost feel like I'm too old for this today. All right. All right, so now the idea, zero this guy out. So we had 38 down there, right? All right. I'm just gonna slide this in until it just touches that finger. And I'm just gonna lock it down so I don't bump anything. And that is almost 4.1. So 4.0, 4.1, that's 300 though. That's too much. Do that again. Different spot somewhere, I don't know.
Now you allowing for the thickness of this?
No, I am not. So that's gonna be, all right. Number one, I can't see. All right, so here we go. All right, so that's that 4.0, and now let's see, because he is right. I was going all the way to the outside of this. So that is 0.1. So that is 4.0 minus 3.8, which is our 200, which is their 1 to 200. We were at 120 before. Now we're at 200 thousandths exactly. Let's try it and see.
That's the wrong spot, wouldn't you know it? Can we move the 90 on this thing?
What do you mean?
Look up through there and see where it's turned down at.
Yes.
See where it's right against the steering arm?
I do see that.
Now we run it over it now. We have room to run it over it. So if we can't move it without chancing.
So here's the thing. That's not a male-female threaded. That's just our couple style. It's just screwed directly into the housing.
Yeah.
So that's where it got tied at.
All right.
So you'd have to go a whole nother round. I don't know if it's got another round in it.
I go over it. I go over it.
So
That's why I moved it back to where it was.
I was guessing when I did that.
Well, and it was a pretty good guess. You're with a gnat hair. Your gnat hair just went the wrong way.
Well, sorry.
With a blonde instead of a redhead, you know how that goes.
Well,
We can run it back up through here and run it over. That ain't no problem.
yeah.
Hello. Blue clutch. Blue forward. All right, this thing gave us some bolts to hold this thing together, didn't it?
I don't know, did it?
I don't know, go look, see.
I hope so.
You do your thing.
If not,
You do your thing, I will do my thing.
well, I found bolts. Always trim your zip ties. Don't leave them hanging. I hate that. When I open up one, it's these zip tie ends hanging every which way. So what we're going to do, since it's kind of a tight hole, is we're going to pre-attach our hydraulic line coming down to the Hydromax cylinder, leaving our bleeding screw coming out the side here. If I had brought him a Dodge to work on, he'd been happier, but no, he wouldn't.
I think I can reach you with this.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like what we're doing, if you have interest in this, hit the like button, subscribe to our videos. If you have questions, general comments, suggestions, or just want to know more about the shop, please comment below. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you in future videos.